Hi, Nick Duffy here from Nick Duffy Golf and Game Light Training. Do a quick little voiceover for Annie Van Dam. This is like one of the hottest swings out there right now. I would say probably saw it for the first time last year. She was on a 3D system, and her swing kind of went a little bit viral after that. And since then, I know a lot of people have been watching it. And this was a post the other day from Chris Mason, and I love his work. I always love his videos, and I saw this swing, and I was like, man, I gotta download it. So I downloaded it for my own personal use for the clients, and I was just like, man, I'd be a good one to do a voiceover and kind of talk about it a little bit. So one thing I really love about her swing is it's just very, very simple, very dynamic. She's actually, I think, third right now in driving distance on the LPGA Tour, so it's very awesome. Everyone who said they've seen her hit golf balls, the ball doesn't move much. Hits it very straight. So it's, very impressive move here, especially for a long hitter. So as we're going through this swing, I'm going to let it play through one more time, and then we're going to get started on the actual voiceover. So as we start through, we're looking at the swing here. Let's see, it's a very nice takeaway. Club's traveling nice up the plane. Club head's staying outside the hands. But one thing you'll notice as we're getting to the top is how much her left hip is kind of going towards the ball, not really rotating into the right hip much, which is a kind of unusual move for someone with such a nice swing. But you'll see here pretty soon it won't really matter much because of the way she moves on the downswing. If you see that normally with an average golfer, a junior, or if I were to do it, what you would normally see is that right hip thrusting more towards the ball in the downswing. And my personal favorite part of her swing is coming up right about now. So as we get to the top of the backswing, see that just solid position, a left arm, club face matching up with that grip with her left back of her left hand, just beautifully balanced right there. And this is where her swing is the most dynamic, right here. As she starts to change directions, that club is actually starting to go a little bit flattening. Club face is starting to close, and you can see the active left hand. You can see how that little bit of flexion in the left hand actually starts to downswing. The other part of this move right here that gets really good is you watch her left hip and left glute, how much they're moving back right now. So where most people would mess this up would be that right hip would start to thrust, club would probably drop further behind you and get stuck, but not her. She does a really good job of clearing that left side and letting that club shallow nicely, but not get too far behind her. So right in this position, you can see if I crudely draw a line there, I just drew a little plane line for more or less impact position. So that's impact shaft line. It's kind of like a poor man's TrackMan. It's not going to show you path, but it'll show you swing direction. So it's just an easy way to kind of get a little idea of what the ball's doing. The club is just slightly under that right there. So as we go through, we'll see where it ends up on the other side. You can see it's just barely on that plane line, maybe a little into out. So, that's a very, very neutral path, or should I say swing direction. So there's not going to be much shape on that golf ball as long as it's hit out of the center. But overall, it's just a beautiful swing. I love the way her hips move, the way the club flattens on the way down, but doesn't get behind her, and the way her left wrist moves from the top all the way down through impact. It doesn't look like she's holding back at all either. She is just letting that club swing right through an impact. I love that look. So overall, this is just a beautiful golf swing from a player who's going to, don't know exactly where she is on the money list right now, but I guarantee in a few years, if she just keeps doing what she's doing, she's going to be just crushing it. So overall, loved watching this swing, and I hope you enjoyed the voiceover.